why chicks want alpha males, because they know whenever you're an alpha male, it's been caught up so many times with the view of you should be some kind of big gorilla or something. An alpha male, in what the way I say it, is the alpha male is the person who makes the decisions. Do you make a decision or do you follow someone else's decision? Whenever you're in the workforce, who calls the shots? Who says what happens? That's the alpha male. In the group of friends, who decides where you're going? Who do you look to for advice? Who's the person that's the go-to guy? That's the alpha male. Women like those guys because you have to have your shit together. You have to understand other people. You have to know where you're going in life. That's the first point. That's the clear-cut point. But it also falls into factors like, whenever you're a real alpha male, you know what you want, you know where you're going. You've already had the chicks. You see, whenever you're someone who's maybe a weird kind of guy who girls don't like, and you've never had a girl, and you're sitting there and she's talking to you, she's going to tell you're not out there making decisions, you're not in self-control, you don't know what you're into. Whereas whenever I'm sitting there, you know, it might be 15 minutes we've got, let's make the most of it, and then we roll forward. So, you know, girls, most like that. You know, if you're dating single women, a lot of them will like that, appreciate that, and especially when you're respectful and you're not, you know, it's open, go away, or let's roll. So, it's something for you to get a control on yourselves. But before you get to any stage like that, where you're confident and comfortable, you have to go out and get the other stuff in line. Get your whole life in order. Then things run smooth. Then whenever a problem pops up, it's easy to handle whenever you're running everything else. It's an ongoing challenge, it's an ongoing lifestyle, but the more you get used to the twists and turns, things that pop up in the new directions you go in, and the more you can see ahead, you'll make better decisions, you'll live a better life. You're trying to be an alpha male, and not one thing in your life's in order. And then worst of all, you're trying to pretend to be one. Whenever you're dating your girl and you're trying to pretend to be one, when you have been doing that 24 hours a day for the past week that you've seen her, she's going to know when it's put on. So, alpha male is the guy that makes the decisions. It's just an easy term to use that nearly everyone watching it will understand. You can decide to step up, boss up, get your life in order, get everything in order, and guess what? Before you know it, you were going from where you're at to it's comfortable in every situation. Hope you can get that for yourself. Step up.